Seems like when it rains, it pours, and right now is the season of e-bikes. I've had the chance to test out several of these e-bikes over the years, including a few folding ones. The Fiido L3 is advertised as being the longest lasting e-bike under $1,500. Let's check out if that's true. Hello, this is Matthew Miller for the ZDNET Mobile Gadgeteer. For the past month, I've been riding the Fiido L3 long-range electric bike. I've been riding around the neighborhood, up and down hills, on flat ground, and in my daily commute. So in my daily commute, I tend to put it in the trunk of my car, go down to the train station, and then I ride it a couple miles a day. Some days I'll ride it a full 7 miles round trip, some days just 3 or 4 miles round trip. It's available now for $9.99 and it comes in a very lovely blue-green color. Make sure to check out the full written article for all of these details. So when I was first asked if I wanted to try out the Fiido L3, I have to admit I hesitated just a little bit because of the small tires and the small size of the bike. The tires are only 14 inches in diameter, and to give you some perspective, go out and look at a little trike of a kid, that's about the size of these tires. And admittedly, when I did ride it up some hills and things like that, I looked a little bit like a circus clown, as you might see in some of my videos, when I really had to spin my legs pretty fast to get up hills. But that is not really the focus of this bike. This isn't a bike you're going to buy and go out on a real long trip to get a bunch of exercise pedaling around, right? Those are multi-speed bikes with large tires and things like that. This bike has very small tires. It has a single gear on the chain, and it's electric. But it is really, in the end, I would say it's more of a scooter that you sit down on and have handlebars for. And so it is really primarily focused on the long range. Now, the range that they tested out on is, I think, 165, 170 pound person. I'm more like 245, so I'm not going to get the full range that they advertise, which in throttle only mode is 80 miles on the battery charge, and in pedal assist mode it's 125 miles. Now there are 3 levels of pedal assist and a full-on spin rotate throttle as well. So the bike arrives fully assembled, right? The box is actually a fairly small box, especially compared to some of the e-bikes I've tested, and the only thing that you have to put together is the seat post. So you simply rotate the bike out, extend the frame out, lock that in, rotate the handlebars up, lock that in, then you can shift the handlebars up and down to your height, put in the seat post, and then flip down the pedals. Both pedals actually flip up as well. And that's it. There's no tools required or anything like that to use this bike. There are some tools provided in case you want to tighten up some of the Allen wrenches and some of the locking mechanisms and things like that. Now, with these small tires on this bike and the small size of the bike, you may be wondering, is this bike going to fit me, right? The bike is actually designed to fit people from 5 feet to 6.5 feet tall. I'm 6'1", and it fits me perfectly, actually. I don't even have the seat post raised all the way up, and the handlebars go up quite a ways, and they don't feel loose and wobbly or anything. They're still very solid even when you raise them up. It does have a large 350 watt motor that is rated to get up to about 16 miles per hour. Again, that rating is for somebody lighter than me. I have been seeing about 15 miles on the flat, so plenty fast to scoot around town. It does carry a 330 pound capacity, so we're all good there. And the bike itself weighs about 52 pounds. It is very well constructed. If you look in the photos and in some of the other video parts of this review, it's a lovely color bike, and then everything is well built, right? They thought of everything as well. So there is a handle to lift up the bike and carry it, and I've been carrying it on the train, and it's a nice well-built handle right underneath the seat post. And you'll also notice there is a designed stand. So when you fold up the whole bike, there's actually a little stand that it will rest on as well. So then when you unfold the bike and you set it all up, you'll notice that the seat is extremely comfortable. So it's a very thick seat, so the padding is all there, as well as it springs underneath it. And then in the seat post itself, there's a little bit of a shock. So when you sit on the bike, you can actually move up and down on it. Very, very comfortable. Now, It's very comfortable when you're riding it in all electric mode. It is a bit wide, so if you were to ride this for miles and miles and miles in pedal mode, it may not be as comfortable because of your legs and the way it fits on you. But it's really designed, as I said earlier, as an electric bike or electric scooter, essentially, that you ride and sit on, rather than a bike that you're going to spend all of your time pedaling on, right? It does have a small rear cargo rack, so you can put on books or groceries, strap it down to that cargo rack. The nice thing about this bike too, it is very focused on the commuter. So it has a front fender, a rear fender, super bright front light, a rear brake light. It also has IP54 ratings, so you can essentially ride it in most weather conditions as well. And then it folds up to fit, like I said, in my trunk. It also can be put in an apartment or something like that. And it's actually a really cool bike. So if you're looking for a bike that you can ride to get around town, primarily in throttle mode, that will last you a week, 2, 3, who knows how many miles you ride and how far you go. It's been lasting me over 2 weeks between even charges, which is great because you go to the office, you ride this bike to work. You don't want to have a charger at home, a charger at the office, anything like that. And this bike, you can trust that it's going to last you for quite a long time. It's less than $1,000, currently $999. Sometimes there's some sales on it. It feels very stable. It's a fun bike to ride. You can ride it for a long time. And, you know, it's really targeted to that long battery life and the foldable design. And if that's something that interests you, check out where to find it in the links below, and then check out my full review on ZDNET. Thanks everybody for watching. See you out there.